Riley stood in the doorway, her heart pounding in her chest. The small, dimly lit apartment was silent except for the faint hum of the refrigerator and the gentle sound of a child breathing in her sleep. Riley's eyes scanned the room, a strange mixture of fear and satisfaction etched on her face. Miko lay in the corner, nestled in a makeshift bed of blankets and pillows. The soft glow of the moonlight from the window caressed her peaceful face, and Riley felt a surge of possessive protectiveness wash over her. Ever since that fateful day when she found Miko, Riley's life had taken a dark turn. She knew the world was cruel and unforgiving, but in Miko she found something pure, something worth protecting. Riley had sworn to herself that she would keep Miko safe no matter the cost. Riley, a high school junior at Shadow Creek High, was known for her impeccable grades and quiet demeanor. She was the kind of girl who blended into the background, never causing trouble, always polite. But beneath that calm exterior, Riley harbored a darkness that even she didn't fully understand. One rainy afternoon, as she walked home from school, Riley noticed a small figure huddled under a tattered umbrella at the park. The child's clothes were dirty, and she looked scared and alone. Riley's heart ached for the girl, and without thinking, she approached her.
"Hi there,"
Riley said softly, kneeling down to the girl's level.
"Are you lost?"
The girl looked up, her large, doe-like eyes filled with tears. She nodded silently.
"Where are your parents?"
Riley asked gently. The girl shook her head, and Riley understood. She had no one. Without hesitation, Riley took the girl's hand and led her to her apartment. She couldn't explain why, but she felt an overwhelming need to protect this child. Riley's apartment was small but cozy. She lived alone, having emancipated herself from her neglectful parents. She led Miko inside, gave her a warm bath, and dressed her in clean clothes. The child, who had introduced herself as Miko, seemed to relax in Riley's presence. Days turned into weeks, and Miko became a part of Riley's life. Riley's friends at school noticed a change in her. She seemed happier, more vibrant. But there was also a new intensity in her eyes, a fierce determination that hadn't been there before. Riley's life revolved around Miko. She made sure Miko was safe and well-fed, and she spent every moment she could with her. But Riley's obsession with keeping Miko safe began to take a toll on her. She started isolating herself from her friends and stopped going to school regularly. She couldn't risk anyone finding out about Miko. One night, Riley heard a noise outside the apartment. Her heart raced as she peered through the peephole. A man stood there, his face hidden in the shadows. He knocked again, louder this time.
"Riley, open up. It's me, Alex."
Alex was a classmate of Riley's, one of the few people who had tried to befriend her. Riley hesitated, then slowly opened the door a crack.
"What do you want, Alex?"
She asked, her voice trembling.
"I've been worried about you. You haven't been to school in days. Can I come in?"
Riley's mind raced. She couldn't let him in. He might see Miko.
"I'm fine, really. I've been sick."
Riley lied.
"Riley, please. I'm just trying to help."
Alex insisted. Riley's eyes darted to the corner where Miko was hiding. The child's eyes were wide with fear. Riley knew she had to do something.
"Alex, you need to leave. Now."
Riley said, her voice cold and firm. Alex looked hurt but nodded.
Okay, but if you need anything, please call me.
As soon as he left, Riley locked the door and hugged Miko tightly.
It's okay, Miko. I won't let anyone take you away.
Riley's paranoia grew. She became obsessed with the idea that someone would come and take Miko away. She started locking the doors and windows, checking them multiple times before going to bed. She even quit her part-time job to stay home and watch over Miko. The apartment, once a sanctuary, began to feel like a prison. Riley's mind spiraled into darkness, and she started having nightmares. In her dreams, shadowy figures would break into the apartment and snatch Miko away, leaving Riley helpless and alone. One particularly stormy night, Riley awoke to the sound of Miko crying. She rushed to the child's side and held her tightly, whispering soothing words. As she rocked Miko back and forth, she glanced out the window and saw a figure standing in the rain, staring up at their apartment. Riley's blood ran cold. She couldn't see the person's face, but she knew they were there for Miko. Panic set in, and Riley grabbed a kitchen knife, her hands trembling. The following day, Riley's paranoia reached its peak. She decided she needed to confront the person watching them. That evening, she told Miko to hide under the table because she doesn't want her to get hurt. Armed with the knife, Riley waited in the darkened apartment. Her heart pounded in her chest as she heard footsteps approaching. The doorknob turned slowly, and the door creaked open. Riley lunged, the knife raised, but stopped short when she saw who it was.
Alex, what are you doing here?
Riley demanded, raising the knife more threatening. Alex.
Stop. I've been worried about you, Riley. You're not yourself. I know something's wrong, and I want to help.
Alex said, his voice filled with concern and fear. Riley's eyes narrowed.
Help? You don't understand. I'm doing this for Miko. I have to protect her.
Riley, you're scaring me. Who is Miko? You've been alone in this apartment for weeks.
Alex said gently. Riley felt the world span around her. She shook her head violently.
No, she's real. I have to protect her.
But as Alex reached out to her, Riley felt a sudden clarity. She looked around the apartment and saw it for what it was: empty, cold, and dark. There was no sign of Miko. The child she had sworn to protect didn't exist, or so they thought. Riley collapsed to the floor, the knife clattering beside her. Tears streamed down her face as the truth sank in. Miko was a figment of her imagination, a coping mechanism for her loneliness. Alex knelt beside her, his presence a comforting anchor in the storm of Riley's mind.
It's okay, Riley. We'll get you the help you need.
Riley nodded, too exhausted to resist. She let Alex take her to the hospital, where she was admitted for psychiatric care. The doctors diagnosed her with severe dissociative disorder, brought on by years of neglect and abuse. Months passed, and Riley slowly began to heal. With therapy and medication, she started to confront the demons that had haunted her for so long. She returned to school, determined to rebuild her life, but then her neighbors within her apartment started smelling something rancid. It smelled like a mix of iron and rust, mixed with a rat's carcass. But Riley has no issue with this setup, as she knew what that stench was, and she actively takes pleasure of smelling whatever it is, as she knows, somewhere within her apartment, Miko is still there, inside a bloody drawer hidden within the walls of her home, to keep Miko safe and hers forever. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like and subscribe. I will see you again next week.